Hey everyone, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video we're taking a look at the Raxium CXR Series V2 LED headlights with the black housings and clear lenses, fitting 2016 to 2023 Tacomas equipped with factory halogen daytime running lights. These are a perfect upgrade for the Toyota owner who's looking for a simple and aggressive looking update with more lighting output for their truck. These are a cool mod for the front end of your truck that will give you big name benefits and big name quality without that big name price tag. While it's easy to go overboard with a set of headlights, the CXR series keep things a little bit more subdued style-wise. The black internal housings and the simple LED structure here make these look like they could have been a factory option. But these put out way more light than your standard halogens. Now inside you can see you've got 3 Ice Cube style LED projectors in each light. Now these are bi-LEDs, meaning that they will function as your high and low beams. LED projectors like these put out a crisp light with a sharp cutoff and a wide beam pattern, and that's exactly what you're going to find here. These in particular also put out a pretty cool temperature light, so this is going to be more on that white-blue side rather than the yellow side that you would get with your factory halogens. You also get more LEDs around the outside of the light housing, and these are going to function as both your daytime running lights and as your turn signals. These give the CXRs a modern, clean look, and those turn signals are sequential, which is always just fun in my book. One of the things that impressed me most when I pulled these out of the box was how nice these are. Now the outer housings are made using ABS plastic, which is known for its lightweight and durability and is a standard of the auto industry. Much the same is true for the lenses. You get UV coated polycarbonate over top. These are also weather sealed to keep out dirt and moisture, so that means that these should be quite durable. Now the CXRs are also fully DOT and SAE approved, meaning that they are street legal, and that also means that they have integrated adjusters on the back. So you can get these aimed exactly how you need them, whether your truck is at stock height or if it's lifted. Plus it comes with everything you need to get these plugged in and ready to go, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. Pricing comes in at about $1,100, which does put these in the higher end of the segment. Make no mistake though, with all the LEDs they have inside and the output that they have, these are definitely a premium product, and the price of course is going to reflect that. But if you want a well-integrated, good-looking setup for your truck that's going to give you a lot more lighting output, look no further. Now, like I mentioned a moment ago, installation is pretty simple. We're going to give this a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now, you will have to remove your front bumper cover to gain access to the mounting points for the lights, but that's not as daunting as it sounds. Once you're in there, everything is going to plug right in and bolt right in place of your stock headlights, and the CXRs come with everything you need, including one little bit of wiring that has an included fuse tap and some new fuses in it. You'll just have to plug this into your fuse box, route the wires, plug it all in, and you're ready to go. So enough of me talking about it, let's head out to the shop and we'll walk you through the process.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, a plastic pry tool, and a 10mm socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our Tacoma. First we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory headlights, and I'll meet you back here for the install.
So our first step is to start with the hood open, and then we can go ahead and pop off our grille. For that, you're gonna need a trim removal tool or a flathead screwdriver, as well as a 10mm socket. So our first step to removing our grille is to remove the 2 bolts that are holding it in up at the front support here. I'm gonna use a 10mm socket and go ahead and remove those. Next, in order to release our grille, there are 2 clips on either side. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to release those clips. Again, you could also use a trim removal tool for this. What we can do now for our grille is pull up on these 2 brackets here just to release it from this front support. Then we can give it a good pull back and we'll be able to release the grille. In order to access the 3rd bolt on our headlight, what we have to do is peel our fender back. There are a couple clips in here, but what I'm gonna do first is remove these 2 bolts that are holding our fender and our bumper onto our Tacoma. I'm gonna be using a 10mm socket. Now once those are released, we'll have a couple clips here. Now one down at the bottom is already released because we've taken the fenders off before, but there's one in the middle Just gonna use my flathead screwdriver very carefully. You can also, again, use a pry tool. Just gonna push down on that clip and carefully pull back. So now that is loose, so we're able to continue to disconnect our bumper. We're not going to remove the bumper fully, we just need to move it down so we can access a bolt in this crease. So this clip up at the front is holding on part of our bumper, so I'm going to use a trim removal tool and just pull that out. So after all of the bolts and clips are disconnected from the side and some of the bottom between the bumper and your inner wheel well, what we're going to do is focus up here. We're going to pull back on the bumper part of this tab, give it a good tug, and that should release it from the bumper clip on the other side. Might be helpful at this point to use a pry tool as well. Let's work our way up the side and release the bumper from the bracket. And as you can tell, we don't need to take the bumper off completely. It's still secured at the front, but there is a bolt in here that is going to release our headlight. So with the 10mm socket, I'm going to start by removing that bolt that we just exposed. Right? Then we can move up to the top of our headlight to release the other two bolts. Then we can remove the two bolts up on top. They are also going to be 10mm bolts. Use the 10mm socket. So I am going to remove this clip at the side of our bumper just to pull the bumper a little bit more outwards. Give myself some room to wiggle this headlight out. We do have to slide the clip part of the headlight out. Right? So once the headlight is released, what we can do is expose our wires and start to disconnect our wiring harnesses. You're gonna have 5 in total on the back. Right? And then we can fully remove our headlight.
So now with our factory headlights removed, we're ready to start plugging in wires. So all of these are pretty obvious to where they go, except for the headlight and high beam, they're the same connector. However, we do have low and high printed onto our connectors. And then with all of those wires connected, we can twist our headlight into place. And now at the top of our headlight, we can reinstall our 2 bolts. And take a 10mm socket to tighten them down. Now we can come to the side of our headlight and thread in our side bolt. And then take a 10mm socket, tighten it down. And then we can pull our bumper back up into place and clip that back in. And then next we can line up all the tabs on our fender flare and pop that back into place. And now we can come back up front and reinstall our push clip at the bottom corner. And then you can repeat the whole process for the headlight on the other side. Next we can line up the tabs on our grill and press it into place. And now we can come to the top of our grill and reinstall our 1 push clip per side and our 1 bolt per side. And then take a 10mm socket to tighten down the bolts. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Raxiom CXR Series V2 LED projector headlights with black housing and clear lens for your 2016 to 23 Tacoma with factory halogen DRL. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.